They do such a good job getting their fast breaks from everywhere on the floor, not just on the wings, but down the middle.
Ross, good long-range shooter, couldn't hit that one, kept alive though, and Ross got it back. Jackson, good pass to the open Caulfield. Ross again under pressure from Taurasi. It's a 2, but it's good.
They call her the silent killer. She comes up with the big shots at key times.
Taurasi goes baseline, had it knocked away.
Ross, a third-team Big 12. Little pump fake right there, gets Taurasi off her feet. And really, Ross is not intimidated by anybody.
Asia Jones back in the game, misses the short jumper. Here comes Caulfield.
It's interesting talking to a lot of people here this weekend saying, well, Ross has a mismatch. She can't stay with the Connecticut people, they're too big. And I just think size, you can't, doesn't matter how tall you are, it's the size of the heart. And Ross definitely has that heart.
Sure does. We've seen that already after she had the career high against Duke in the semifinals. Williams with a miss. Nice outlet by Talbert. Caulfield one-on-one into the lane, kicks it back outside. Ross open for 3, rimmed out. Nice rebound to Maria Conlon, who's on the court for the first time.
That would have been a huge basket.
Yes, it would. Would have cut it to 4. Bird with a chance to get a little breather with a 7-point lead.
Connecticut, though, in their half court, the last possession, it's not the kind of shots that I think that they want within the offense.
Asia Jones was open, finally got the ball, then lost it. Jackson to Ross. Oh, a nice first step. Dale's running the baseline. They get her free for the jumper.
Well, Sherry Cole has gone to that 4-guard offense, and Talbert is in the middle. She feels that Connecticut has a tougher time matching up because of their quickness. That Connecticut's big players that Geno Auriemma has out on the floor have a more difficult time going out on the perimeter.
Taurasi being very deliberate, bringing it up. And this is going to be a reach-in foul on Talbot. Let's go to Michelle.
Well, Mike and Anna, you notice how much Connecticut is slowing this game up. They lead 31-24, but don't let the score fool you. Geno Auriemma continuing to ask his team to take deep breaths and relax, and that's why he's slowing down the offense. Instead of having them just run up and down the floor, he's trying to get them into something half-court and calm them down. Mike, Annie?
All right, Michelle, thanks very much. This is Conlon. Asia Jones, who's had a good first half, knocks this one down.
Well, as you said, it's been the big players inside. 11 of 14 from the front line for the Huskies, and only 3 of 9 in the backcourt for the Huskies.
Jones has 8. The lead is back to 9. Little weave outside for Ross. Jackson in the lane, got the bounce.
Jackson the other night against Duke was a little nervous when she came into the game, and Sherry Cole told her, just shoot the ball, you'll be okay.
She can give you points in a hurry coming off the bench. Bird's back in there with Conlon in the backcourt. And this is an offensive foul, I believe, on Swin Cash. That will be her first, the 5th team foul. Both teams have committed 5 here in the half.
Swin Cash getting position, and you see that left arm going way outside. Stacey Dale's also doing a good job making herself go wide, so it looks like it's really a big hold out there.
You straighten that arm out, that's usually a good signal for the official to make a call. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the first half, 33-26. Jackson. Good pass to Stacey Dales. She scored over Jones. 4 for Dales.
Not only a quick pass, but a quick shot by Dales because Ashley Battle was coming over to help out on the weak side. But good play, and we talked so much the other night about Connecticut and their bounce passes. Oklahoma's had some pretty good bounce passes.
There's the travel. And they have defended the bounce passes of Connecticut rather well, too. UConn is up, but only by 5. Connecticut by 5 first half. Let's check in with Nancy Lieberman.
Hey, Mike, it is pretty unbelievable in the Sooners huddle. You would think that that Sherry Cole, her team was up by 5. She is so positive in her huddle, high-fiving, just communicating with her players. And she says, just keep attacking, keep attacking. Defensively, just jump to the ball and beat their post to their spot. They're going to have to do a better job of that because the triplets have really hurt them in this game.
She's a marvelous story, Nancy, coming out of high school to take over the program. And in only 6 years, she has them playing for a national championship. Good cross-court pass to Jackson. Wide open. Is that funny rotation on the shot.
Someone like that shot put.
Yeah, and it comes out spinning at about a 30-degree angle instead of straight up and down. Nice steal by Jackson. Moore got back very well.
Oklahoma has had very active hands in this first half.
Talbert against the double team. Good pass against the baseline. Ross.
And this is the one thing that Sherry Cole talked about also. Runs. They did not want Connecticut to get runs. Oklahoma has missed a couple shots.
Asia Jones fouled on the double team as she went to the hoop.
And that's really about the first time it looked like a run. Even though Connecticut didn't score off that, they've gotten a couple transition baskets, but there you can see the push down by Asia Jones gets away with it. And Caulfield said, you're not going to get that shot off.
Boy, did she ever.
Good foul. Just make sure she didn't even have an attempt.
Let's go to Michelle.
Mike Gino Auriemma in the last timeout told his team, we are not shooting the basketball until it is passed 3 times. Luckily that time for the players, they got fouled before they passed 3 times.
Like the old North Carolina offense. Jones, who was not a good free throw shooter, only 60%, misses the first. Oklahoma certainly acquitting itself very well in this first half. They're only down by 6, and we only have 2:52 to go in the half. Remember, the last time they played into the second half, it was only a 4-point game, so Oklahoma already believes that they can hang with UConn, even though they're 38-0. Ross took her eye off of it, fortunate to get it back.
And in that game, Diana Taurasi didn't score a point in the first half. All her 18 points came in the second half.
Dales picked up on the drive, somehow adjusted the shot and hit it. Dales has 6.
The one thing that has helped Dales this year is that last summer she was in the Olympics playing for Canada, and she also had 5 new players on this team where she felt that she had to really take the load off, and the team went to her, Roslyn and the other seniors after the Iowa State game. They lost, and they really calmed her down and said, you got to take the leadership role.
That's an offensive foul on Swin Cash, her second. She just took too long to make up her mind. Had the early open, hesitated, and it cost her.
Well, she had the shot right away, but not only that, you see the good defense by Caulfield taking the charge, but you're not seeing this extra pass by Connecticut right now.
The turnover story, Connecticut already with 11. Normally, they have half their opponents. Tonight, they have twice as many. Jackson, Talbot, couldn't hit it.
But it was a wide open shot. Again, this 4-guard offense by Oklahoma.
There's Bird. She loves to run because she's so good in the open court. The player of the year hits a jumper. That's a 4-point turnaround.
That's the one thing that Gino Auriemma says about Super. Nobody wants to win as much as she does. When you put the ball in her hands, she's going to make something happen.
And 95% of the time, it's very good. Taurasi. Check it. I thought they were going to call a foul on Taurasi. They called a travel underneath, I believe.
Great situation. The long pass, Sue Bird. You can see how she sizes up the defense. The defense was falling back. She was left wide open for the shot. She has the ability to not only take that shot, but also penetrate.
Just a backcourt comparison. It's been Dales and Caulfield outscoring Bird and Taurasi. But Caulfield just picked up her second personal foul, something Sherry Cole went slightly ballistic over. And it will send Sue Bird to the free throw line.
And Sherry Cola said, Lanisha Caulfield is the one player that has to play 40 minutes. She has to stay in the game for us. And it's not her offense. I mean, she can make things happen on the offensive end, but it's her defense.
Sue Bird hits them both. She scored the last 4, and it's back to an 8-point lead with 1:15 to go in the half. Bird is a rally killer. She can just come down and hit those big shots one after the other. Here she goes again on the run. 2 on 3. Somehow she found Moore cutting to the basket. Got eyes in the back of her head. Moore was trailing her.
What a pass by Sue Bird.
40-30.
We talk so much about the big players for Connecticut, how well they run the floor and how well they trail.
Dales on a double clutch. Again, good defense by UConn. And the Huskies putting on a burst here at the end of the half.
A fast break situation. The ball is in Bird's hands. And we talked about her making it happen for her teammates. That time, instead of pulling up for a jumper going all the way, she has the presence of mind to see the whole floor.
It's a 10-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Good head fake by Bird to get open. Doesn't get the roll, but Swin Cash has to follow. 8 in a row for Oklahoma, or 8 in a row for UConn against Oklahoma. So what was becoming quite close, pushed back to a comfortable margin by the undefeated Huskies.
First time Sherry Cole has had to call a timeout to stop the run. But you see Sue Bird has the nice shot. She kept her dribble alive off the double team. And Swin Cash on the offensive board. In spurts, Connecticut has been able to hit the glass and come up with key baskets.
And Talbert just looked tired on that last rebound. Like she couldn't go up with Cash again. Well, the 29,000 on hand here at the Alamo Dome for the national championship game. It was 34-30. Oklahoma had a shot at a 3-footer that would have cut it to 2. But since then, Connecticut has hit the last 8 points, and Sue Bird has 4 of them.
You know, Connecticut did this the other night against Tennessee, where they went on so many runs against Tennessee. It was just tough to stop the bleeding.
Oklahoma with the last opportunity to shoot. Dales dumps it down to Talbert. 0.6 of a second on the clock. Coming up, the Marriott halftime report. Robin, Vera, and Nell will have images of the tournament. First half analysis for us. Got to catch and shoot. Hill put the ball on the ground and had no chance. So a late burst by UConn. An 8-0 run in the closing moments of the half gives them a 12-point lead over Oklahoma. UConn trying to go 39-0 and win a national title. They're up by 12 at the half over the Sooners of Oklahoma. It has been a game of streaks. UConn 14-6 to start the game. Swin Cash was tough inside, but the Sooners responded in the next 3 minutes with a 9-4 run. And UConn ended the first half 8-0 to take that 42-30 lead. Connecticut not hitting from the outside, but overall shooting 60% in the first half.
We talked about the supporting cast of both teams, and Connecticut right now, they're inside play. Swin Cash, they're getting the ball inside. That's where that 60% comes from. Connecticut only 0 of 3 from three-point range, all from Taurasi.
Sherry Cole, who got the job at Oklahoma on the recommendation of Gino Auriemma, trying to complete an improbable journey here at the Alamo Dome.
Well, we talked about the two-point guards, All-Americans Sue Bird and Stacey Dales, how they'll step up and make a difference in the second half.
Taurasi with a runner from 16. Good screen out inside from Jamie Talbert, allowing her teammates a shot at the ball.
That's right. That really was a team effort to get that rebound. Dales knocked it out, too. Sometimes the little things that these quote, stars do out on the floor don't always show up in the stats.
Taurasi staying with Dales as she runs to the baseline. Talbert, good step through, and she'll draw the foul on Asia Jones. That'll be 2 on the senior.
Jamie Talbot only averages just under 8 points a game, and they don't have an inside presence, but you wonder if Oklahoma will try and go to Jamie Talbot. Her career high is 21 points against Butler. Don't know if she'll get that tonight, but if they can try and establish some kind of presence inside, it will help their cause.
That's her first point in this ball game. Hits them both. Let's go to Michelle.
Mike, I spoke with Sherry Cole at halftime. I told her that Gino Auriemma thought the pace of this game was playing into her hands. She said, yeah, he's a master of psychology. His lead is playing into his hands. She's disappointed that her team hasn't rebounded better and that they didn't take advantage of the stretch in the first half where they had UConn on the ropes. She wants better rebounding and much better defense here in the second half, Mike.
She already got hurt on the boards off the miss by Bird as UConn starts the second half in the zone. Asia Jones right down the middle, uncontested. She has 11.
And even though Oklahoma got beat on the boards, they had more shots than Connecticut.
Ross, great hesitation dribble, and draws the foul on Taurasi.
Well, I think that's going to be a key. Starting out at the beginning of the second half, how Oklahoma continues to attack. Because we saw in the beginning of the first half, when Connecticut picked up those quick fouls, they kind of were taken aback. Now, if Oklahoma can come out and get some fouls, attack like that, get themselves to the free throw line. Because you know what? They didn't get to the free throw line enough in that first half. They've got to do it in the second half.
And they're an exceptional free throw shooting team, nearly 75% as a ball club. Ross hits 1 of 2, but 44-33.
They only took 3 in that first half, where Connecticut was 6 of 8.
Cash looking low, then goes to Bird. Taurasi, beautiful quick pass inside. With ball movement, they made that one look easy.
Taurasi was just setting it up. She wasn't even looking at Sue Bird when she got the basketball. It was coming to her. It was like a quarterback throwing the ball already before the receivers made the cut.
Talbert, as you suggested, getting more possessions and hits her first field goal of the game.
But you also wonder if that will play into the hands of Connecticut because they feel that Talbert's not going to beat them.
Talbert right now working hard on defense against Williams. Bird with that great dribble. Asia Jones can't get it in, but Williams is there for the follow. The senior from Dayton, Ohio.
What's happening with the Sooners, they're trying to block out, but they're getting so caught underneath the basket. By the time they block out, they're putting the Connecticut players in position to rebound.
Dales gave it to head fake on the 3, then tries to go baseline. Forced it up after she got too far under. And then a foul on Caton Hill.
On the previous play, watch Connecticut, how well they set picks underneath. You see Asia Jones coming over, Tamika Williams coming across, and there's no talk on the defense. Talbert was picked off. They either got to make the switch quicker or you've got to go around over the top. But that's got to be a switch that Stacey Dales knows is coming. They've got to talk to each other on defense.
Swin Cash too strong. The long rebound to Williams. And Taurasi steps behind the three-point line to take his shot. And there's little Rosalind Ross at 5'9", snatching the rebound. Stacey Dales for 3, line drive, jumper, what a bounce! What a bounce on a three-point shot!
And maybe that's all she needs to get going.
You'd smile too. That thing hit everywhere.
And there's that low pick again.
Cash lost it on the way up. And the foul will be on Stacey Dales. Keep in mind that neither one of these teams has depth they really want to go to.
This is a great shot right there because there's the future. Diana Taurasi and Gino Auriemma, both Italians. And Taurasi just kind of staring space. I think she's learned that from Sue Bird.
Cash at the line. One of 4 Naismith candidates in this starting lineup. And there's Taurasi again with Gino. Gino Auriemma has won 30 games or more 6 consecutive seasons. (16:24 to go in the game, 50-38. Caulfield. Ross with a runner. Good hustle again by Kaiten Hill. She's had several hustle rebounds. Talbert blocked by Asia Jones, and then Taurasi reached in and took it away from her. Bird 2-on-3, takes it all away.
The defense, a quick double team, but Oklahoma wants to continue to push it. Poor shot selection.
Taurasi got a piece of that block and a foul on Oklahoma inside. And Sherry Cole is really hot.
It's the decision-making of her players. We talked about Talbert going inside. You see the double team, the block. And then Sue Bird taking it to the hole. Connecticut taking the lead, 52-38.
Back in San Antonio with Sue Bird's mom, a very nervous Nancy Bird. Sue looked nervous early. Were you surprised at that?
Sometimes she does look like that. I don't think she's nervous. I think that it's just, how can you help it? There's tension. I don't think she's nervous. I think she's always self-confident. I think that all the girls, you know, sometimes it just happens like that, but I don't think she was nervous.
She went down hard early in the first half, got up a little gimpy. How much did that scare you?
It scared me, but I've seen her do that 1,000 times. Say, I've seen her do that 1,000 times. The only time I didn't see her do it, she was at practice and she really hurt herself. So when I see her do it, it's okay, as long as I see her.
This just seems to be such a big night, and you are so nervous. Is this representative of everyone on the team and everyone with the program right now? Just big bundles of nerves?
No, I'm the only idiot. I just had a hot dog and a hamburger like I need it. That's just my personality. Trust me, I cannot be out there playing like she does.
Take a deep breath. Thanks for joining us. Back to you, Mike.
All right, Michelle, thanks very much. The largest lead of the ball game for UConn. Turnover here gives it to Caulfield. Oklahoma needs to stop the bleeding right now. Three-pointer will do it. All-American Stacey Dales bangs that one home. She has a dozen.
Way to call it, Mike. Two-time Big 12 Player of the Year. You know, Stacey Cole was telling me, as far as this team, when they get down, she feels that the Big 12 has really prepared them for this level. I had a chance to talk to the kids the other day in practice, and it wasn't the question as far as how much Connecticut scares you. Have you been down before? And they said, yes, in the Big 12, we play against big crowds all the time. We play against tough competition all the time. They felt that the Big 12 Conference really prepared them for this level, and to play somebody like Connecticut, they felt that the Big East Conference wasn't as difficult as what the Big 12 goes in.
And what also helped them was going to Connecticut to play them earlier this year. Caulfield has picked up her 3rd personal, but she'll stay on the court. And Swin Cash at the line. 16 points.